Okay, so as I was saying, once this has held as support, what you will do is you put your stop loss here, or you can even move your stop loss below this week, below this exhaustion candle. Move your stop loss here, or you can move it here, whichever way. But in case of price crazy movements, you just keep your stop loss below here to avoid your stop, to avoid being taken out of the market unnecessarily. So you just put your stop loss below this week, then your target. So this was how I traded this. I traded GBP USD. Though the last analysis I made a little loss. So I didn't acknowledge this demand zone. Though I acknowledged it before, but I didn't think that price will still dip down into that particular demand zone. That is why forex trading forex trading revolves around supply and demand zone. Supply and demand. Of course, every market revolves around supply and demand. So forex trading won't be any different. So I now advise you guys to always ensure that you acknowledge forex. Ensure that you acknowledge supply and demand zone whenever you are doing your forex trading analysis. Ensure that you acknowledge supply and demand zone. It is very, very crucial in forex trading. So let's move on. Let me go back to my powers. Alright, so after this happened, you see the movements right here, right? Okay, although I have removed my this price rejected from a supply zone here. Let me show you guys to show you the importance of demand and supply zone. Price actually rejected from a supply zone here. So look at my previous supply zone here. So damn, this is my yellow box now. You see how price rejected from that supply zone. Give me a good rejection from there. So price always respects supply and demand zone. Price always respects supply and demand zone. That's why I said earlier that price is always a magnet of supply and demand zone. That price is always a magnet of supply and demand zone. It always respects that particular place. As far as it is a very good supply or demand area, price always respects it there. Even if price wants to breach a supply or demand zone, sometimes it respects it first. Maybe it kind of consolidates there before it breaks out. So price always there's always a reaction from a supply or demand zone or area. That is the major bane of forex trading. So after this rejection now, so as you can see now, price is pulling back, and I have another demand zone right here. As you can see, 1.22871 to 1.22599. I don't know. Price. I don't know if price can actually come down here. Though I don't know. It depends on how. Depends on the market mood. But depends on how the depends on news. Because most times news also influence the market dynamics. So as you can see now, this major movement, these two bold candles now in USD here, these two bold candles here, bullish candles here now, as you can see, this is as a result of negative US CPI. Was it yesterday, right? I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. So it was as a result of negative US CPI, United States CPI. So that's what printed these bold bullish candles. So always bear in mind that news that market is kind of susceptible to news, especially all these high momentum news like CPI, what again, NFP, and also FOMC meeting. So those news always influence the market greatly. It greatly influences the market condition or market movement. So as you can see now, price is moving down now. So okay, my current prediction now is for price to reject here. So price is already in a critical Fibonacci level, which is my 382 retracement level. So I expect price to come down to here, or even dip into here before it continues, the bullish movement continues. So if price should come down to here and give you a nice price action, after the price action, all you have to do is wait for price to start giving you higher high and higher lows in your lower time frame, be it 1 hour or 30 minutes. Then you look for your entry. Look for your entry in 1 hour or 30 minutes time frame. Then you execute your trade. So if price will reject here, I don't know. I don't mind. If price will reject here, we see it. If it doesn't reject here, we see that. Because 382, I've mentioned it before that USD sometimes uses 382 retracement level. So price might reject here, it might not reject. But as I told you guys earlier, that this my demand zone, that price is always a magnet of demand and supply zone. So I expect price to come down here. Okay, let's watch and see how this plays out. So thank you guys for listening, and I'm your guy once again, McDonald. So thank you very much and have a nice trading day. Thank you.